Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you had a good week so far, and hopefully you have got some golfing plans coming up this weekend. So the title of today's video is all about this leg move, which will completely change your golf swing. And I mean this categorically, it will change your golf swing, because I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. Golfers saying, how do I use the ground more to become more powerful? How do I get through the golf ball better to hit the golf ball longer, strike my irons better? Well, we've got the answers for you today. Let's crack on. The first thing I want you to do is just grab a golf ball in your hand. We're going to be all about these knees, and you already are doing part of this movement already. So let's imagine I'm just going to be throwing the ball to this side of the screen. If I'm just throwing it a little bit, I can probably throw it a good enough distance just by using my arm and upper body. Now. Imagine you're playing cricket, you're on that boundary, or you're playing baseball and you're lobbing that ball back into the pitcher. If I wanted to throw it with a bit more force and a little bit more speed, there would be a transition with my lower half, a drive and a turn, and then the upper body would go through. So there would be a lot more emphasis on driving with these legs. So just look at this slow-mo going over the screen right now. You can see a step in, knees, turn, go. Now if you look at me in my golf swing, by the way, this is not me saying I am the best at this, I'm just saying that I do an okay job at it, okay? Sounded big-headed that, it didn't really mean to come across that way. But have a look at this slow-mo now. You can see that my knees move back on the way back, and then they center before I move my chest. So this is what I want you to get, and honestly, this is the drive move we need to feel. So let's bring this to life with an iron in your hand. Going at the deep end, let's grab a long iron. Grab your longest iron in your golf bag. Probably nothing you've ever heard from a golf coach before, but we all know these are our problem areas, so let's get them right. Now, let's go back to our sort of throwing analogy and our picture. So we would start with our knees where they are here. So have a look and draw some circles around these visually to see where my knees are. Grabbing a golf club, and imagine now I'm a pitcher in baseball, or I'm throwing the ball in, we would move back, and then we would center the knees back to where they were, open the hips, throw the ball through. So you can see here, you wind up, you come back to where you started with some separation, and then you're driving through. So the move that I'm looking for you to create is this, and if you address the golf ball, we can just make some simple reps doing this. So addressing that ball, wow, my 4-iron looks remarkably thin this morning on a cold morning. No one likes the thin on a cold morning. Can't feel your fingers. I know, horrible. So watch my knees now in the golf swing. Move into the top of the backswing. Have a look at where they moved from. They started here, they've moved to this position. I want you to feel this for your first move to start the downswing, to really get that drive of get your knees back to where they started, but try and keep your chest as best you can here. So drive in the legs, drive in the legs, drive in the legs. This is so good to feel like you can get through that golf ball so much better. So again, just grab that golf club to the top, drive the knees, and you'll feel like, oh, you know what? I can get through that golf ball just that little bit better. So there's a few things you've got to understand with this. If you're going to drive your knees, you need to have a little bit of shift and a little bit of turn. It's almost like we're doing a bit of a dance move. So standing there now, just don't, even just if you're at home, one thing I'd recommend with these instruction videos, if you can save it, watch it, and then take it to the range with you again and watch it again, this is always a great way of actually improving. You're actually taking that knowledge on. It's not a flash in the pan thing, you can actually learn. Oh, I forgot to say, I saw a lot of you on my ball video were talking about the Kirkland golf ball, so I've gone and got myself some. Any advice on which ones that you use and what do you think of them? Get in those comments down below. It'd be interesting to see who's actually, well, gaming these full time. So grabbing just my golf club out in front of me, turn to top of your backswing. This is what we're trying to feel. Bring these knees back to where they were, point the knees to target. So really feeling like I'm using the ground, really feeling like I'm driving and turning to start my downswing. No better feeling for this. So if we're going to hit one away here, I would encourage you just to do this slowly for your first one, but really get a good feeling of this trigger move of, right, okay, center the knees, turn it through to target. Oof, it's a good feeling. Nicely centered, just a slow pace, but your strike, even with a long iron, will feel absolutely mega. So I've got a brilliant drill for you here, and we need this brilliant drill because we want to bring it into our game, we want to drive through the golf ball better, we want that feeling of a strike. So it's so simple. Grab 2 T-pegs and just address the golf ball first and foremost, and just place these 2 T-pegs just in front of your toes. Now, if you're down at the driving range, obviously you can't put T-pegs into the mat. Just put 2 coins down there. Get in your pocket, your back pocket, get some loose change, pop them down in front of your feet. Right, so why are these important? Well, I want these T-pegs or the coins to just be your reference point to where your knees are starting. So we're going to move slightly off this with your left knee to start your backswing, and you're going to get to the top and your left knee moves a little bit across. Now, to get that drive and feeling back to where we started, I just want you feeling as though your knees go back over towards where the T-pegs were. So use them as a reference point to really bring a flow into you, feeling this drive move to go back to where we started and turn through to target. Now, there's no better feeling than a simple drill just like that. 2 T-pegs are going to change the way you strike your irons, but also your driver. Okay? Drive, drive, drive. So let's hit this one away. Really get a good feeling of this drive. You're going to stand in there, center those knees, we're ready to go. It's simple, it's a quick one today, but just something that I've done in a lesson with John last week about how do you get through the golf ball. Well, it all stems from starting this correctly, get your knees back to where they started, and then you can drive through rather than just sort of this upper body making the move. Remember, if you want to throw a ball a longer distance, you wind it up, you come back to where you started, and you drive through that point. It has to be the same in the golf swing. Thanks for watching.